Hey, it's Bill, and I'm going to give you my darts predictions for 2021 Master quarterfinal, and I will also run up the semifinals and finals and give you my predictions there and what I think of my best bets. All right, it's Bill here. I'm going to review what my predictions are for the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals for the 2021 Masters Darts Championship. I'm a little bit in a bad mood. The Leafs did not win today. They were able to get it to overtime. Lost in overtime. Pretty exciting game against the Oilers. What are you going to do? They have 13 points out of, 9 games. They're doing well. But let's get into the predictions. But first, let's go through the matches that happened today. The first one up, and by the way, the worst day I've ever had betting was under 500 for the first time that I've done these predictions. And also, I put $10 down on Joe Cullen winning and $10 down on Daryl Gurney winning. Daryl Gurney was really, really close, but we'll talk about that in just a second. First game up, predicted Mervyn King to win 10-7. He won 10-5. Mervyn's just playing really, really well. I didn't like the bull crap with the foot over the line. What is he, an inch over the line? He was in bloody Ajax by the time he threw that dart on Curtis. He was so far away. He's more than 8 or 7 3/5/8 away. Yes, you probably should extend the line. Yeah. It's a great dart that Rob Cross hit that double 16. It was pretty much blocked. And Mervyn's up, and he's moaning. Mervyn, just play the game. Like, this is the nonsense. Like, you're starting controversy. I get this. This is, well, Rob Cross is a good friend of mine. If my friend stepped into 30 feet away from the board and threw a dart and hit the double, I'm going to shake his hand and say, hell of a friggin' dart. Mervyn goes to the ref. Nonsense. Not like it mattered to the match at all. That's what I mean. The match didn't matter. Let him hit the double 16, go on and take him out in the next one, which he did. But just didn't like the pissing and moaning. Like this nonsense of dart players getting all upset about bullshit. Really? I get it if it's a 9-9 game. What do you want, a magnetic ref? Someone on the line looking to make sure that the toe doesn't go over? He was so far away from the board when he threw that dart. Like this is the crap that guys like Gary Anderson and Mervyn King, we just don't need this crap. Say good dart and go and take him out next time. Fair enough, he won. I was the dumb idiot who took the overrated one, and that was a dumb move. So I paid the punishment. I took Dobie to win over Wade, and Wade did a demolition job on him. What was I thinking? There's times in life when I make really, really bad decisions. This would be one of them. No, I didn't put any money on it, but did I forget that Dobie's a joke? Dobie's a terrible... Dobie is a top 40 dart player. And James Wade put him to school. And James Wade didn't play really well. He didn't play well at all. But, of course, when you've got the overrated one throwing darts, and I took him. Can you believe I took him? Stupid. I broke my rule. Don't get your head into who you're cheering for. Anyways, James Wade won that. Next game up, Nathan Aspinall, Mensur Suljovic, 7 match darts. The only way Mensur Suljovic was going to win that match is if he was playing Ian White. Too bad he played him last round. This time he's playing Nathan Aspinall. So Nathan Aspinall won that one 10-9. Both didn't look good to me. But they're on the really good side of the draw right now. And they got a chance to go through. So Nathan Aspinall won that one 10-9. Next matchup, Daryl Gurney against David Chisnell. That's where I put my money down. Can you imagine how excited I was when it went 9-9? And Dave Chisnell is going for double 16, and the dart didn't even land in the camera zone. I got excited. I thought he hit a single 7. No, he hits a double 7 and hits a double 9. That's how I take out 32. I don't know about everyone else out here, but it's double 7, double 9 every single time, right? Gertie's on 24, and I'm thinking, oh, with my odds today, really good money. No. Chisnell hit double 9. Good match, 10-9. I don't like the odds for Chisnell in the next round. We'll talk about that in just a second. I didn't think Gertie played really, really well, but it was an exciting match to watch. So 10-9. Next matchup, Adrian Lewis. Wow. That's all I gotta say is wow. Gary Anderson didn't play that bad, but Adrian Lewis won this one 10-8. I predicted Gary Anderson to win. Is this a resurgence of Adrian Lewis? The only problem that Adrian Lewis has got is he's got Gerwin next. But a really decent match by Adrian. Really, really impressed. Just the doubles, double 10, hitting it. Really, really good match. The next one up, this was a barn burner. Peter Wright beat Simon Whitlock 10-8. Here's the thing again. I've said this before. When Peter Wright plays a player, that player plays the best. I know everyone says that everyone plays their best game against it. I've heard Gerwin Price say it. I've heard other players say it. Everyone who loses says the other player played the best. I would love to know the stats of when a player doesn't play Peter Wright and when he does play Peter Wright. Simon Whitlock doesn't average 105 for something to do. He's like a mid-90s average. He averaged 105 against Peter Wright. There were times when he couldn't miss. And yet Peter Wright still won this match. Peter Wright started off terribly, but at the end it was insane. There was a couple, he had a 10-darter, and that seemed to spark it. And then, great match. No breaks. Everyone on throw. Some opportunities for Whitlock, some opportunities for Wright. Both missed, trying to break. At the end of the day, Peter Wright won this one 10-8. But what a match. That was the match of the tournament so far. And Peter Wright said he brought the wrong set of darts. Looked pretty good to me. Next match, Gerwin Price against Joe Cullen. I put $20 or $10 on Joe Cullen. I was hoping maybe Gerwin Price didn't practice or wasn't ready, and I was absolutely wrong. Gerwin Price went out there and destroyed Joe Cullen. What a match by Gerwin Price. It seems the World Championship is the same as what happened to Peter Wright last year. Just giving the confidence to him. Off he went, and just great match by Gerwin Price. Like him after that. That's a great match. And well done. And then the next one up, a great match as well. All of a sudden, Michael Van Gerwen's hitting 148s to save his life, 150s. And Johnny Clayton scrapes by with a 10-9. Now, here's the thing for Michael Van Gerwen you got to think about. He was supposed to switch darts. I didn't see new darts. He was playing the old ones. Johnny Clayton's beat him twice now in the Masters. So if we take a look at Gerwin Price and where he was at, he was unbeatable at points. He won 5 straight Masters. People are not afraid of him. Johnny Clayton didn't look at him and said, "Woo." Here's how you beat Michael Van Gerwen. It's very important. You get out in front of him. If you get out in front of him, you can beat him. He's a front runner. He's not someone who comes from behind and wins matches. Although it looked like he was going to get there. But when you go 180 in your last leg, just fantastic by Johnny Clayton. Fantastic. So Michael Van Gerwen's talking about, he's going to get to number 1. And how did Peter Wright and Gerwin Price do? And they were over 100 average. Michael, not good. Could this be your downward slide? I don't think you're going to leave the top 8 for sure, but there's a lot of money that you're defending. We'll see how it goes for you for the rest of the year. I'm going to say something right now. He'll be number 3 in the world by the end of next year. Less than, or 3 or lower. I think Wright will overtake him this year. And then what are you going to do there? You're on your slide. Is this the end of Michael Van Gerwen? No, he's a great dart player, but no one's afraid. It's like the Peter Wright effect. No one's afraid to play you. And you got beat again. So Johnny Clayton wins. Again, not a ranked tournament, so who cares? But let's go on to the predictions for tomorrow and where I'm going to lay my money. First of all, first match up, Mervyn King against Nathan Aspinall. The smart money would be to bet on King. King's been the more consistent player. For some reason, I'm just liking Nathan Aspinall in this match, and I like the odds. So I'm going to put $10 on this match. I'm going to take Nathan Aspinall to win this one 10-8. Next matchup, I'm not going to put any money on it, but it's Gerwin Price against Mervyn King. I think it'll be a good match. My apologies. It is Gerwin Price against Adrian Lewis. I will be cheering for Adrian Lewis. Really, really cheering for him. But what Gerwin Price put up today, I don't see him stopping. So I see Gerwin Price winning this one 10-6. Next matchup, again, I'm not going to lay any money, but it's Peter Wright against David Chisnell. Chisnell had some good sets. He had some bad sets. He had some good sets. He had bad sets. After the fourth leg, Peter Wright just hit everything. I expect Peter Wright to do the same here. I don't see Chisnell. Again, you take a look at the Premier League, a little pressure on him. Peter Wright doesn't have any pressure on him. He's thinking now, hey, I got no Michael Van Gerwen to play in the next round, so I'm going to try to beat Chisnell, and that should get me to the final. I like Peter Wright taking this one 10-7. On the next match, I'm going to lay some money. Johnny Clayton against James Wade. James Wade, what did they call it? Waiting. He waited. And Dobie didn't throw anything back at him. Dobie was like, could have played on the Challenge Tour. He probably would have lost there too. Again, overrated. Johnny Clayton is going to step up and he's going to beat James Wade. That's my prediction, and I'm going to put $10 on that match. And I'm going to take Johnny Clayton to beat James Wade 10-8. So that sets up the semifinals for me. The first semifinal will be Gerwin Price against Nathan Aspinall. I believe Gerwin Price is going to smoke Nathan Aspinall. And I'm going to say Gerwin Price is going to win this one 11-6. In the second semifinal, it'll be Peter Wright against Johnny Clayton. Rematch of the semifinal in the European Championship. I think it'll be a closer game than Gerwin Nathan Aspinall. I just like Peter Wright to win this one. Very consistent. I know he said he brought the wrong set of darts. Just can't change him. He threw over 100 average against Simon Whitlock. He's been challenged already and rose up to the challenge. And I see him being able to scrape across the line against Johnny Clayton. And I see him winning this one. A very close game, 11-9, which sets up a final against Gerwin Price against Peter Wright, which I think is a fantastic final. I think it'd be a fantastic game. This one's back and forth. If you take a look at the records, Peter Wright beat him in the Europeans. Gerwin Price absolutely destroyed him in a Grand Slam. They're the 1-2 in the world, or 1-2-3 in the world, and 1-3 in the world. Hey, let's lay down a marker. If Peter Wright takes out Gerwin Price, boy, we've got some stories setting up for the Premier League and going forward. I like Peter Wright for the final to win this one 11-8. So I'm going to pick Peter Wright to win the final. If we take a look at the Premier League standings going into the Premier League, there's 3 players that could possibly claim this, or maybe 4 that are outside of who's qualified already. Even if James Wade wins it, I don't think he's going to get there, to be honest with you, because they just don't like him. And what's to like about that guy? And I don't see him winning this. But if you take a look at it, you've got Adrian Lewis, Mervyn King, and Dave Chisnell and Johnny Clayton. So if one of those 4 win it, you certainly like it. I don't know. I don't see Dave Chisnell being able to beat Peter Wright. And then you get to the point, there's some interesting things. What happens if Adrian Lewis wins it? You put Adrian Lewis in the final? You put him in the Premier League final? Certainly, I would love to see Adrian Lewis in the Premier League, but with a ranking at 24, is that possible? Mervyn King? Mervyn King goes on to the final. Is he going to get a Premier League spot? Johnny Clayton? Certainly, I would like to see Johnny Clayton. Certainly better personality than any of the other 2 that I mentioned, but it's going to be an interesting thing. That's why I think right now, taking a look at it, unless Dave Chisnell wins, if Dave Chisnell wins the Masters, I believe they'll give him the 10th spot. The other 4 would be Wade, Clayton, Lewis, or King. I still think they wait till after the UK Open. But if Dave Chisnell wins it, I see it going that way. It's going to be an interesting day of darts tomorrow. Really excited for it. And let's see how I do. Again, today, 3 out of 8. Not a very good day. Lost some money. Hopefully I make back that money tomorrow. Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoy the darts. and we'll talk after the Masters.